Hello, I'm Valentina Noacco.
And I'm Michaela Bray.
In February, a few hydrologists from the University of Bristol organized a national workshop called Quality Through Equality, Tackling Gender Issues in Hydrology. We invited hydrologists throughout the UK to come and share their views on how we can improve gender equality. We had three amazing keynote speakers: Professor Hannah Cloak from the University of Reading, Dr. Joshua Larsen from the University of Birmingham, and Professor Elena Toth from the University of Bologna.
And after giving a wonderful presentation, I managed to catch up with Elena Toth to continue our discussions on gender equality.
We hope you enjoyed.
Elena, your background is in engineering, which is traditionally a male-dominated subject. Can you compare your experiences now as a hydrologist as to those when you were a student?
Well, as a student, even now, I've never felt discriminated. As a student, I felt probably that being in the minority was perhaps even challenging. I mean, I've always been self-confident. I've never felt disregarded or treated not fairly, actually. During all my degree in engineering, actually all my professors, but maybe two, were men, but I've never felt to have been treated incorrectly in any way. The thing that you do see when you're working is that sometimes if the people around you are all men or mainly men, and especially the senior ones are men, then you do not feel perfectly in line with them in terms of priorities and life balance. So that's where I sometimes feel the differences. Once you have a family to juggle with in addition to career, then you sometimes perhaps would love to feel someone that has the same issue that you have. So that's the main point.
As president of the hydrology division at EGU, would you say that there is a problem with gender discrimination or inclusivity in hydrology?
I think that we could do more towards encouraging female young colleagues especially. I do not see so much an imbalance in terms of committees or even awards, because the matter is mainly a matter of lacking nomination. So we should boost and encourage more our female colleague to actually candidate for doing something or submit their candidacy for a medal. We should do this more, because I think that female colleagues tend to push themselves less. So we should really try to look and see if in our radar there may be female colleagues that do not feel so self-confident as to propose themselves for a role or for a medal. Because I see that as a rule, male colleagues, even the younger, they tend to be more self-confident or a bit, maybe more ambitious in a way, and more dedicated. So, and their colleagues know that they would love to have that medal, or they would love to have that role, and so they candidate them. With women, you often do not know.
I was interested in your presentation this morning, but you said that only 3 women have been awarded the senior medals, such as the Darcy medal.
So 5 in total, over 2 senior medals.
Why do you think that is?
The reason?
Yeah, why do you think that is?
Again, as I said, not enough nominations actually. When excellent women were nominated, they often got actually the award. But it is also true that it's a matter of age. We do not have so many hydrologists, female hydrologists in the senior stage of their career. I think that when we go talking about younger colleagues, then the chances should be more fair, because the female younger colleagues are 40% maybe of the community, so they really should and can, and in the recent years actually got a fair share of awards. But we should, again, as I said, be careful and nominate them, because sometimes they do not ask for a nomination, so we should actually look very well also in people who may be not so obvious candidates, because there are some very good curriculum, especially for younger colleagues. The senior colleagues are not so many. They are really a minority, less than 20% probably in that age, between 50 and 65, let's say. And so that's also a matter of numbers. We cannot really have a proportional share.
Sure. So it's an issue of numbers, but also if we have strong hydrologists, female hydrologists, then we need them to be nominated.
Yes, we have less senior ladies scientists, but we also have that they may be not always on our radar.
And finally, Elena, before I let you go back to the workshop, can you just share with me your top tip for succeeding at your work, but also maintaining a happy and healthy family life?
So the important thing is that we do not feel that we are obstacled by something. So if we want that thing and we are sure that that's the most important thing, we should put it above. And it may be career, it may be family, it may be volunteer work. There are other things. But the thing is that when you try to do everything, you always feel that you're not doing enough on all fronts. So I often feel that I'm not a good enough mother, a good enough scientist, a good enough, and that's, I feel that I'm doing a relatively good juggling task, but of course, and you should not actually leave this guilt to overcome you.
Thank you very much, Elena.